What's up, guys? Welcome back to the weekly scraps. Man, I'm heartbroken. I don't know about you guys, but I'm heartbroken.
Why are you heartbroken?
We lost
I'm
a good
alright.
one. And OGs never die, but damn, it feels like it. It
I
sucks.
I feel like Dustin's the guy who actually won't come back. Like he's standing on business.
Yeah, probably not
Every,
coming back. I
everybody
could.
comes back, but Dustin's a real one.
I think he's for sure done. It was a good fight, though, man. It was entertaining. The last 10 seconds scared me because I thought I thought Max was about to do it again. And then
Wow.
Dustin said, "Nah, I've seen this movie before. Come here, son."
Yeah, he did the right thing. Honestly,
He did the right thing because
I had a parlay with Max Holloway over 4.5 rounds. I was definitely shitting my pants in the last 10 seconds. I'm like, do it, do it, do it, do it. Both of you guys agree to fucking do it right now.
right.
I thought it was
nuts.
about to be right there.
Dustin said it. He's like, he caught me with two good shots, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna wrestle a little bit. I was like, yeah, as you should. I don't know. Max is just different at 55, man. Like the way he sits on his punches. I mean, obviously he's still using a lot of footwork and stuff like that, but when he sits down on those punches, as we saw when he was in the pocket, he had the grimace on his face where he bit down on the mouthpiece and shot two punches down the middle. I was like, nah, this man's trying to kill somebody right now. It's just a different Max at the weight class, you know. But yeah, great fight. I don't even know how to feel right now.
With
I
that being
posted a
said,
picture.
I'm sorry. With that being said, do you think the fight with Ilya goes differently at 155?
I think a little different. I don't know if it's like in the long haul of things, right? Unless Max is gonna try to wrestle and get him tired and things like that. But if he just agrees to strike with him for 25 minutes, I don't think he wins still. I just think Ilya just had his number in terms of I guess the technique, right?
Yeah, I think
Just
so.
like the styles, the matchup, the styles. So Max is more of a volume puncher. Ilya is like, yo, I'm just trying to get inside so I can land one good one, and then maybe hit you with another one, and then you're probably gonna be a dead body on the floor. But I think it would have been I think the fight would have probably lasted longer. But I think Ilya would have probably still got him eventually, maybe the third or even fourth round. What, did he get him in the third round or was it the second?
It was the third.
Second.
Oh, it was the second?
I think so.
Volk was the second.
I'll check right now.
It might have been the third. I know it for sure because I saw someone in the comments saying that that Max was up 2 rounds. And I'm kind of like, was he though?
Yeah, and like for a guy like Ilya, what does that even mean? You could be up 4 rounds. It just
It was
at any
round
moment.
3, early in round 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know what really changes. I just think his durability though. But he did get caught with that clean right hand that stumbled him back, and that was the beginning of the end. It's just like when Ilya gets you hurt, he doesn't let you off the hook, man. So I don't know if it would have gone different, but I think his energy level and the way he was moving was just better at 55 than it was at 45. And I know some of the Twitter comments and threads were saying it's the same guy. What would be different? I'm like, look at the way he's moving. Like, yeah, Dustin might be a slower puncher than Ilya and all that. You could say all that. That's all factual. But I think his fluidity was just different. He just looked sharp. He looked fast. He moved well. He was light on his toes. He got caught a couple times, but not very often against Dustin. The one time Dustin, I think, dropped him after Max was almost about to finish him, right? I think that was in round 2.
Round 2 or 3. I mean, again, good for. I thought a great send-off fight for Dustin. Honestly, that's a great way to cap off a career. I wish. I mean, it would have been awesome for him to get the win in Louisiana. But like again, that's there's no more fitting style of fight for Dustin Poirier to retire on than that type of back and forth brawl with a guy like Max Holloway.
Yeah, I was definitely happy with that. So
You guys think
the
Max
fans won.
has more power at lightweight? It just seems like he
Who?
hits harder. Max.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm getting at. I
Yeah.
think when he sat down in the pocket on those punches, it just looked different. Like it looked way more vicious. Even reminded me of like the Gaethje fight, like when he put on the size. I think everything just changes, and it feels like sometimes people overlook how much a weight cut can actually affect people's power overall. Like, yeah, you can hydrate up as best as you can, but at the end of the day, when you deplete your body of 20, 30 pounds, you're going to lose something. You're not going to be the same guy that you are in the training room to the same exact percentage. You can try to get as close to that, but you're going to lose something. Cutting down, draining the muscles, dehydrating the body, the brain, everything. Like, you lose something for sure.
Yeah, and aside from the power too, like honestly, Max just looks faster than these guys at 155. Like he just looked faster than Poirier, looked faster than Gaethje. Like just going from 145 to 155, I don't think he lost anything in terms of that either.
I think 55 is the move for him. I like Max at this weight.
Oh, 100%. I think he said the same thing too. At 155, look, there's so many fun matchups for him at that weight class. Like Charles Oliveira, Arman Tsarukyan, Paddy. I know any one of those guys, I would pay to watch Max fight.
Yeah. 155 is lit right now.
So wait, Steve, how was this pay-per-view like worth it for you? Was it a good pay-per-view to you? Because they were kind of
Yo, you got roasted for that, bro.
Oh, yeah. No, I got killed.
They were like, bro, how is Dustin and Max not a worthy pay-per-view? Like
People,
No, it's a great fight.
people were hating on Steve. I was like,
damn.
get this man. Get
yeah,
this man.
yo, get the other guy for once.
That's fair. I mean, look, look, that's fair. I think it ended up being a pretty solid pay-per-view overall. I guess, look, to be fair, I was also, I can admit when I was wrong. I was definitely tight about the weekend before. They fucking made Derek Lewis Teixeira, and then, does anyone remember the co-main event for that card?
No.
Yeah, it was, whatever. But like, nah, like, there's a couple weekends where I'm like, dude, I told you, like, I'm gonna watch these fights no matter what. Just please, look, it worked out. These were competitive matchups. I think a lot of it also just hinged on the fact that so many upsets happened. I think like so many of the underdogs got the
Bro.
job done.
All my boys, their parlays just got wrecked. All the underdogs were just crushing.
Once
And I
like
was
two or
like,
three underdogs came through, I just started putting all my money on every underdog. Like I was like, all right, that's it. This is, I mean,
Yeah.
luckily Paulo Costa won me some money. Kevin Holland last minute had to vote against them because again, the most unreliable man in the sport, respectfully. Like I just. No, it was a overall definitely solid card.
would
They're
you have voted with your dollars for this one after watching it?
You know, after watching it, yeah.
So we know where you stood before the fight.
Yeah. You know what sucks though? Like, and again, with all due respect, like when Dana after like those cards is like, you never know what cards are gonna be good. You know, like you guys, it always ends up being the cards that you think are not gonna be good that end up being great. It's like, all right, once out of every like 12 events, sir. All right, you got it. But like,
Whoa.
what's up?
That's a wild take, I think. One out of every 12?
No, that's fine. That's
That's crazy.
You know, I'm gonna say something, whatever.
I feel like it's like 9 out of every 12.
are good cards.
They end up being entertaining.
The sleeper
Okay.
cards, they call them.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah,
fight
yeah.
nights. Usually the
Yeah,
fight nights are
exactly.
like
the
that.
fight nights are very much like that, but that's what they call them, the sleeper cards. But like, how many of them are sleeper cards? And like, how many of them actually wake up? Like, whatever. But no, it's there are a lot of sleeper cards. How about this? Nowadays, a lot of sleeper cards for sure.
Well, Dana has shitted on that one card in London, and it was like 4 a.m. in the morning when these guys were fighting. I thought the
Oh,
card
my
was
God.
pretty damn good. And then he was like, no more bigger bonuses. I was like, what do you mean? This was actually a really good fight card. For these guys fighting at 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, I think they did pretty damn good. I think
Yeah,
that was
you gotta-
Bilal, Leon Edwards, that card. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like he just says stuff just to say it. But however he's feeling on that day.
Yeah,
What
so-
so Max got the win. He called out Ilya.
They didn't get the bonus.
crazy.
Fight of the night. They gave it to Vittori versus Brendan Allen, which honestly it was arguably that was a really good fight too. But I felt
I didn't
just
even
because it
think
was 5 rounds, I think they should have gotten it,
100%.
or they should have
Look,
both gotten it.
I actually thought Kevin Holland Daniel Rodriguez fight was a little
Good
more
too?
entertaining. Yeah, I thought any of those had an argument to be fight of the night, but I just thought it was clearly Holloway Poirier. Also, just considering the fact that they're just two highly ranked guys. Again, like still very high level guys. I thought for 5 rounds they 100% deserved that.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. I feel like your performance should be rewarded regardless. Because it's like when you just give out one, it's just like you're in the back room, you see a crazy fight, and you're like, okay, maybe I'm not gonna go out there and do that anymore because that bonus is probably off the table.
Well,
right?
yeah,
But
that would be the incentive not to right there too, just because like, you know, Brendan Allen and Marvin Torre, they fought on the prelims, and then like when you're you might be thinking already like, oh wow, okay, that's fight of the night for sure. And then Kevin Holland, Daniel Rodriguez, they have a great scrap. Okay, that could be arguably fight of the night. But then Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier go out there, and again, they just go throw down again, same thing. Like, it's good to have guys that are just down to scrap like that no matter what, but 100% they should be compensated for that too. Like, you know, Holloway and Poirier could have laid an egg, but they fucking went in there and they scrapped it out. I think obviously they're top billing, so they're gonna get paid pretty well regardless. So I'm happy a guy like Brendan Allen, who's not making the type of money that Holloway or Poirier is getting, gets an extra 50K. But like,
Yeah,
still 50K.
but that shouldn't
50K.
have any bearing on it.
100%. I agree with that.
You know, it's like, oh, you're taken care of anyway. You don't need the extra. Why not? Well, why not? My brain cells say otherwise.
Yeah, and
You
also
know what I
again,
mean?
like, where's that money going? Like, I mean, if that money wasn't going to them, it's just lined up in the UFC's pockets. So like, why can't they just do the right thing? Whatever. I don't want to complain.
Nah, I think you got a very valid point. But it was nice to see that from Max, and then I thought it was super wholesome with Rush, Max's
that's
son. 6 years later, Dustin telling him like his dad is gonna be okay. He's a great man, and then fast forward 6 years now, same thing. Still showing him love and respect. Both guys. Russ being a little bit older now, so I thought that was cool for him to be mature. He's able to understand things now, not just seeing his dad get hurt. Now understand like, yo, this is a fight. This is what they do, and being appreciative of both of them. And I think he signed his hat, and I think he also said like you're one of his favorite fighters or something like that, which I thought was pretty cool. It was just the whole thing just made me sad. I'm over here at 8 Lounge at Resorts World, having a cigar. I actually had one of the Conor McGregor cigars too. It was actually pretty good. It wasn't bad. And as I'm watching this, I'm just like, I'm heartbroken. I'm like, yeah, great fight, but this sucks at the same time. It's like, I feel emotionally attached, and we're not even like boys like that. Becca talks to his wife sometimes from time to time on IG. I talk to him from, a little bit less on IG, but we've hung out in New York after his fight with Islam, and no, not Islam, Saint Denis when he won. And that's where that photo is from that I posted where I had the shaved beard, and Theo Von. But it's just a super cool dude, man. And like I said, I've been watching this guy since WEC when I wanted to be a little man in blue. And look at this guy. Fast forward a couple of years, I'm coming up the same time he's coming up, and it's just sad to see because it makes me feel old. I feel like I'm about to be next. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm on the chopping block, walking the plank right now, and that saddens me because it lets me know I'm getting old. Like, hey man, you're Unc for real, Don't call me Unc. I hate that.
Look, first of all, I think that's the deal with any sport. That's what's going to happen. Everyone's going to age out eventually. But again, for a guy like Dustin, I don't think anyone should be heartbroken. The guy, like what he said, I think he really believes like he just got to chase his dream and actually do what he loved to do. Like I think he came up in a time too, and I don't think the money. I mean, I definitely know the money wasn't like it is now. So he was fighting for the love of the game, definitely not for a paycheck. But obviously, when he got to the point where he's now in his life, now where he's actually making good paychecks, he's got a family, and even listening to him in the post-fight presser, like you said, I think it's just very wholesome, and it shouldn't be heartbreaking because like the guy's, he's just going back home to his wife and kids and just living. How about this? It would be heartbreaking if we found out Dustin was doing what he goes down the Conor route and he ends up fucking sending dick pics and punching old people's in bars. That would be genuinely heartbreaking, but I just don't think. I think Dustin gets to have a beautiful send-off and live a good life after, again, fighting for decades in this sport. I don't think many guys get to even have half the career that the guy like Dustin had, and I just think it's awesome to see him at least sent off this way.
He's got the coolest legacy too, because like it was all through hard work. There was never like a big push for Dustin. He was always just like a guy who fought great fights, was in the right opportunity, got to fight Conor, beat Conor. Like he built his superstardom slowly, but like
organically,
yeah, and like never sold his soul for any type of like clout or anything. And then so even if you're not a champion, but you have that type of career, it's like you go out with such a crazy legacy. Like not that many people have that legacy that he has in the UFC.
No. And he's still a champion. Maybe interim, but he's still a champion. Something that not even 1% of the people in the sport can actually do. So right. It's a great feat to say the least. And I don't want to say it's like sad in that sense. I'm saying sad in the sense of like, damn, we lost a good one. Like this is a guy that I think the majority of the world enjoy watching compete, and he's gone now. It's just like, damn, that door is actually closed. Like. You mean to tell me we're never going to see the Diamond, the James Brown walkout entrance ever again? it's cold, man. Kind of sucks. That in that sense. But everything else you said, Steve, I 100% agree with. I think it's super spot on. And who'd have thought? Going from your little pea head, I'll bounce your head off the canvas. Going from that to the second fight with Conor, the third fight with Conor, and it just exploded into him just becoming a megastar.
Even just
after
thinking
all
about
that hard work.
Wow. Yeah, I swear to God, I even forgot about all that stuff, the pea head stuff, and like think about that. So many guys might have just broken from that, right? Like think about that. That's awesome.
I forget where that fight was. I don't know if it was in Vegas or Ireland.
That was UFC
Dublin.
178 in Vegas. Like Demetrius
It was
Johnson
Vegas, right?
fought on the same card. Yeah, and like
Damn, Steve.
this stuff is useless. I don't know. But like, yeah, I remember. I think they were like, it might not even been the co-main event, but I just remember Conor finishing him in like 2 minutes. I'm like, damn, like Dustin. I didn't think Dustin would ever recover from that, and just to see where he came. How far he came back from that. Even the Michael Johnson knockout, I'm like, shit, he's never really going to be able to get past certain guys. Just to have that resolve and just grit to keep getting back in there and just, you got to have respect for a guy like Dustin Poirier forever.
Yeah, and then, I was gonna say, you know why? It's because diamonds are forever. But
wow, that's beautiful.
You brought it home already. You brought it home, Steve.
The podcast is done. That was perfect.
All right, I'm gonna make you guys argue a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Where does Dustin rank in the all-time lightweight discussion?
I'd say easily top 10.
Top 10?
Is he top 5 though?
Top 5.
You could say all the champions, but were all the champions actually that good?
Oofa.
Are we talking skill set? Or are we talking just like because obviously the old era isn't as talented as the new era. I think everyone would agree on that. So I don't want that to get lost in translation. So
I'm
saying like the older guys.
Overall career accomplishments, like I could, if one guy wins the title and loses it in his next fight, you might weigh that lesser than what Dustin's put together. Like I'm not saying just based on who had a belt and who didn't. Like just overall,
that's a tough one. There's so
where
many
would you
good.
rank his career accomplishments in the list of lightweights? I think that's the best way to judge it.
Man, it's up there. I mean, I know he's got like one of the most knockouts in history. He's interim champion. I mean, he's up there with Islam, Khabib.
I don't know about that.
We're saying of all time, of all the lightweights, right?
Okay,
so
I mean,
that's in the same category.
I got a list of potential guys you could consider that maybe you're not thinking of. Obviously, like Khabib, Islam, BJ Penn, Frankie Edgar,
100%.
Benson Henderson,
100%.
RDA, Eddie Alvarez, Charles Oliveira, Tony Ferguson, Conor McGregor, Donald Cerrone. He's got another kind of similar career. I think you could compare.
The difference is Dustin was actually able to get a belt, so I think that puts him automatically above Cerrone. But Cerrone's still very impressive just with all the knockouts and things like that, the highlight reels. So I agree that Cerrone should be in that mix. Yeah, like you said, like I think within the top 10 for sure.
Yeah, top 10 I think is a fair assessment. It's tough because like the BJ Penns, the Benson Hendersons, the Rafael Dos Anjos, they were at least champions with some defenses, like Islam, Khabib, like I mean these were all former champions with defenses. Like I mean, yeah.
Did RDA defend?
Yeah, he defended once against Cowboy.
And then that was it, right?
I think that was the only one. Then he lost to Eddie Alvarez, I believe. Yeah.
How weird was that fight?
Wasn't it at the time? Like I thought RDA was gonna run through him honestly at the time, but respect again. Eddie Alvarez, another guy, just gritty, just found a way to do it.
But how do you look like RDA who was on a tear, and then he fought Eddie Alvarez and looked like?
Well, he said, to be fair, in that fight, that was like the worst weight cut he'd ever had. And again, like you never know.
He looked horrible, like
looked
physically.
The first time he got hit, I think his body just completely shut down. And again, you never. I think after that fight, he went up to 170. So I definitely believe him. You know, like it's tough because I think he's probably one of those like middling 155ers to 170. If there's like a 165 weight class, I'm sure he'd probably prefer something like that. But
after the Alvarez fight, he fought Tony, I think, for interim. Or no, never mind.
No way.
He might have fought Tony. Oh yeah, you're right though. I think he did
fight Tony.
Yeah, but not for
Not for an interim though.
No, I don't know. There's like a ribbon on the fight. Never mind, my bad.
Now they fought in,
because
like, Mexico.
Alvarez then fought Conor McGregor to not to unify, for him to become double champ.
Or maybe that means it was a main event. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
he
lot of
lost
great
to Conor.
lightweights. I think Dustin is definitely. I mean, BJ Penn. We got Khabib Islam.
I got to go Benson Henderson. 3 defenses.
Benson Henson. I'm not going in order. I'm just saying.
Okay.
You got those top 4,
Okay.
and then top 5.
I would put Frankie in there too.
Frankie, that's 5. I would say Dustin's for sure easily top 10. I think
Yeah.
you have to put him in the top 10.
Based on that top 10, I think is a more than a fair assessment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he like 9 or is he like 6, 7?
I would have to sit and think about it.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah.
I'd have to really, write
Because
that
like
down.
Tony Ferguson too. Like, how do you compare him to like Tony Ferguson?
I think we should do an episode on that. Just like sit down and actually think about it, and then we come with our reasons why. I think that would actually be pretty fun.
That would be a
Like
great
top-
how do you rank the top 10 lightweights? Yeah, you guys each come up with a ranking list. That would be sick.
And then we could debate it out, Steve. We could debate it out.
I got my picks already up here.
All right.
All right, so top 10. What do you guys think is next for Max? Max said he wants to get the rematch with Ilya. A lot of people are speculating that 155-pound Max is the guy who could dethrone Ilya, especially after that performance. Also, people are throwing in the Paddy the Baddy match. People are saying that makes sense based on where they're both at in the rankings and stuff. What do you guys think Max should get the title fight next? Because I know we were debating who should get it next last episode, like Armin, but there's a whole controversy with Armin. So I'm just curious what you guys think. Should he get the next title shot, or should maybe Paddy, or what do you guys think?
You can't give Max an immediate title shot, respectfully. You just can't do it.
Nah.
How do you
you're
how do
100%
you
right.
sell that? The fight just happened. I mean, they did sell O'Malley too versus Merab. Merab fought, one guy didn't. So
I was gonna say,
I guess
they can sell this one way easier. Be like, nah, 155, Max is a different animal.
yeah, and he did compete and he did just win. I mean, I guess yeah. So maybe
He beat the guy who fought Islam just before that too, and like went to the fifth
almost
round.
5 rounds, almost
Yeah.
5 full rounds.
Had a very competitive fight with the champion.
Isn't that crazy though? When you break it down like that, no, you can't do MMA math. But he had a relatively competitive fight with Islam. Like
One of the
that
most
makes me even
competitive
more want to see Ilya versus Islam.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, dude, don't toy with me like that, Aljo. You know
what I mean?
Anytime I think about this fight, dude, I thought, come on, this is the real fight. Islam versus Ilya is like the realest fight in this sport that they could make right now.
For real, bro. What are we doing? What are we doing?
This is a waste.
Rebecca wants to see Islam versus Tapora, don't you? Yeah, I know you do, girl. I know you do.
Oh, shoot.
So how about the Paddy the Baddy fight? What do you guys think of that one?
What about Armin?
Armin versus
Yeah, let
Max?
him fight Armin.
Yeah, like to me, that's a more fair number 1 contendership match.
But then if you fight Armin, you kill off a contender. See, that's the only thing I don't like about just put Armin in there already, bro.
But isn't that the point? To kill off contenders? Like,
No, because then how do you build a viable opponent for the champ if you kill off a contender?
well, you take the 2 guys who are in debatably next for the title shot, you make them earn the title shot.
I'd agree with that. Look, I just think it's
And
tough
then
because like
if
Max
it's
has
not
already
killing-
fought for the title.
It's not killing. If Armin loses to Max and then he fights again and wins, he could be right back in. It's not killing. It's not like if Armin loses to Max, he's never gonna get a title shot. You know what I mean?
It
but I
just
think then
doesn't
it's- oh,
make
sorry.
a lot of sense. Like, let's
should-
look at 135, for example. And this is my logic on this. You have a guy who could be fighting for the belt. He goes on a crazy winning spree, beats everybody, and then he doesn't get an opportunity to fight for the belt. And I know people are going to say, you were blocking him from fighting for the belt. It was because of you. It's your fault. No, motherfuckers, no. That's one, so let's just establish that baseline. So he beats everybody, and then instead of giving the shot to the rightful guy, you give it to number 6, who beat Pedro Munoz. Respectfully, number 6 didn't deserve the opportunity. Number 6 gets the opportunity. Now you got a further logjam because now this guy is killing off another contender that said Henry Cejudo, where Henry could have maybe been the next guy in line, or he could have fought somebody else that would have made more sense so that you have two viable guys. Now, after one contender fights, the other one is next in line waiting. So you kind of stagger it out. But when you have all the contenders fighting each other, knocking them off, it's like prospects. They never let the prospects fight each other because they have their vision boards of where one fighter's going this way, one guy's going this way. They have their mastermind plan of if this guy gets past this guy will build him up here. Now the timelines make sense, the locations, everything. They go into the mad science house of doing all this. All this stuff is what they do. So when you kill off the prospects like that, the early bird prospects, like say a Peyton Tamba and a Sean O'Malley get signed at the same time, people want to see that fight. They're like, well, why would we do that when we can have two guys that we could build up, even though they don't build people up. They're not in the business of building people up. But they will build them up, give them favorable matchups for the guys that they actually like. And then you have a storyline. You have a trajectory. You have a plan to do something with this prospect who can now potentially be a title contender. And then now you have this guy here. Say he gets the job done or he doesn't. Now it opens up the doors with all these other matchups. Like, yeah, everyone's going to lose at some point. Not every prospect is going to win the title contention fight. So they're going to have to get back into the shuffle, right? So that's going to naturally happen. But when you have two guys who are right there and they're on a win streak, it's like, well, why kill that win streak when now you would have had a crazy highlight reel and storyline to build for this title shot opportunity versus killing it off and now people remember that. Like, oh, he just lost, though. It's like what Max was saying. It's like, oh, you beat Volk, but you beat Volk coming off of a knockout. How cool, how great is that? And it was a quick turnaround. You beat me, but you beat me after coming down back to 145 when I said I was done with the weight class. Then you beat, who's the other guy? You beat Charles Oliveira, but he also just lost his fight before that. No, he beat Beneil Dariush after or whatever, but he had lost the arm on Shukin, right? So it's like
Chandler. Yeah.
And then Chandler,
yeah.
not
yeah.
Beneil. So that's my only thing about the prospects, not the prospects, the contenders constantly knocking each other off. Like, you should have to fight one or two top 5 guys. Okay, cool. And then you should be in the mix. And if they don't like your style, then it's just like you're an Evloev. It's like you're stuck in limbo. It's like, damn, you're going to be fighting like John Fitch did until you finally lose. And then like this. Thanks for coming. Like John Fitch had the one title fight, right? And it was awful. Okay, yeah. I understand that.
Wait. His title fight was phenomenal, by the way. Rewatch his fight with GSP. I recommend that to everyone. UFC 87, go watch that fight.
You thought that was phenomenal?
I thought it was a phenomenal fight.
I got to watch it again. Are you talking phenomenal from a fight nerd standpoint?
Actual,
or
both ways. Like, it was actually an entertaining fight and technical in both ways. I'm telling you, like, go back to the title fight itself was phenomenal. To be fair, a lot of it was phenomenal because he was getting, like, bodied a little bit. Like, he was definitely getting beat up in that fight. But it was an entertaining fight. But I mean, I got to
watch it again then, because
I think he had like an 11-fight win streak to get to that. Then he was like on like a 10-fight win streak, and then he lost to Johnny Hendricks, and then
one time.
That's all it took. And then
Johnny Hendricks sent him with the good old left hand, and it was like this. All right,
you're gone
Thank
again.
you for
That's
coming.
You'd have to win now 20 in a row if you want to title shot. And then look, to be fair, it's gonna be the same case with Bilal Muhammad. He's gonna have to win 48 fights to get another title shot. You know, like, these are just, I don't make the rules. This is just what it is. Evloev. What I think he just pulled out of that Aaron Pico fight, unfortunately.
How unfortunate for him.
That's unfortunate. Like, now you're never getting a title shot. Like, who knows? The UFC, look, they're going to arm him.
They're going to arm him.
I think they're going to try, but you know what? The UFC, I will say, they will always do what they believe is best for business. And if the timing and everything works out, you never know how things might work out for the guy. Well, look, honestly, I'm rooting for the guy in that sense. Like, you know, they're just going to keep denying him if they can. But, you know, if the timing works out.
If he keeps winning, he'll get there, like Bilal, you know?
Or you could be a John Fitch and keep winning, and then someone sends you with a left hand, and then you go home.
One time, one fight, and then all of a sudden you're out. That's it.
I don't think, Jake, I don't think you understand the gravity of this. Imagine winning like 8 or 10 fights in a row after fighting for a belt. And Steve said it was a good fight. I got to go back and watch because I don't remember it being a good fight. And then he loses against GSP, one of the greatest of all time. And then he keeps winning and he never gets a fair shake on getting another shot, another opportunity. And normally when you lose after fighting for the belt, like, you win 1 or 2, you're back in the mix.
You're right there.
Sometimes after 1, right?
Yeah.
Some people don't even have to fight again, and they're back in the mix. So imagine being John Fitch, and having to rattle off, I forget exactly how much it was, 7, 8, 9, or 10 fights again. And then you lose one time from the good old faithful left hand, and then you just get, hey, here's your pink slips. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. It's a rough sport.
We've seen that story a few times.
Yeah.
But that's like 5 years of your career.
No, I get it. It's tragic.
It's awful.
Yeah.
It's awful.
But I mean, that's the nature of the beast, bro.
Yeah,
That's
and look,
why
this
the
is an
UFC is the
entertainment
biggest brand
business.
in the world.
Well, no, 100%. Look, that's the tough part. Like, and even coaching young fighters, like that's something you have to take into account. Like I remember listening to Mike Tyson talk about it, how his coach made it a point that look, this is an effective style for you, but more than that, it's also going to be an entertaining style for you because unfortunately, people want to. Not unfortunately, like, people are paying for entertainment. So as like you have to have the skills, but you have to make people want to watch you. So if this was a fair, it just purely based on sports, like sportsmanship, whatever. Yeah, like guys like John Fitch, guys like the Bilal Muhammad, even like you, Aljo, Marab, like so many guys that probably should have been like put up further in the queue just based on fairness. Yeah, they're gonna get denied it for a little bit until the UFC or whatever business has no choice than to put you in there, you know?
Yeah. I forgot how we even got here, but yeah, tough. Jake, how did we get here?
We're talking about killing contenders.
Oh.
But like.
Oh, who should be next? Yo, that's what it was.
So what you're saying is it should be Armin next, and then Max waits.
Max could wait, or he could fight again. And I think if he fights again, you're right. I think it could be a Paddy Pimblett fight. And if Pimblett wins, I think it puts him in a great opportunity to become the next title challenger because there's a storyline, and we know the UFC likes storylines. He's got a great fan base. A lot of people tune in to watch him, so he's going to sell. So I think overall it just makes sense. And if you beat a notable name like Max Holloway for Paddy Pimblett, that's huge for his career. Like, people are going to want to see him fight for the title after getting a huge marquee win like that. That's a crazy scalp to get. But, again, if he loses, he still gets all those upsides. But depending on how he loses, if he gets fraud checked, as people like to say, then it could be maybe it's not so good for him. But if he has a good fight, he could still be in the mix to maybe win one more, and then he's back in the title shot conversation. So I like that series a lot better. And then, of course, you got Beneil Dariush, who's still there.
And Gaethje.
And Gaethje. Oh, my God. You're right.
I was about to say.
Crazy.
Is there an angle where you let Gaethje and Max get their rematch?
No.
Nah.
And winner gets a title shot?
Maybe in the future, but right now it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, Max just fought Dustin for the third time. You're going to do another rematch when there's other contenders he could fight. I mean, Gaethje could fight a Beneil Dariush. Gaethje could fight a Paddy Pimblett. Max could fight a Paddy Pimblett. Oliveira's still there. Mm. And then you got Gamrot also. And Dan Hooker.
So if you're a matchmaker, you'd go Armin next, Max versus Paddy, maybe Gaethje Beneil.
You could do something like that.
Yeah, those are fair. I might do personally Armin next.
Yeah, for sure, Armin.
Paddy versus.
Paddy and Gamrot would be something.
That's an interesting one. Yeah, when you mentioned Gamrot, just the grappling, even like Paddy versus Beneil. I don't know. That makes things pretty interesting. And I kind of like Oliveira versus Holloway personally. Like, I know they already had the first fight years ago, but I think it's just kind of like in line about killing off contenders. Like, I don't see Oliveira getting a title shot for a little bit.
Yeah.
So if Max won that fight, I think he would be in line or one away from fighting for a title at that point, which is fair. But that'd
be a good matchup because of how the first fight went.
Yeah.
The injury to the neck, he had to go to the hospital. That was wild.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, there's a lot of good matchups. Are we pivoting?
Yeah. What do you guys think of Paulo Costa?
Brother.
Oh shit, Paulo Costa.
Vintage Paulo Costa. That was relieving. That was amazing to see against a tough prospect in Khabibov. Like, we were watching it, and I was like, I feel like Paulo Costa's winning by just spamming those body kicks. And they're like, nah, bro, what are you watching? And then I was like, well, to be fair, I missed the first 2 minutes because I was talking at the lounge and then trying to do the PR stuff for Funk Harbor. And then I look, and he drops him. And I'm like, yeah, I think he's winning now for sure. So, like, there goes that. But I thought Paulo Costa looked really good, man. It was nice to see him being aggressive again.
100%.
Putting some mean behind his strikes. That was fun.
I think that's the deal with Paulo Costa. Like on the front foot, the guy's a nightmare. Like if you let the guy get the momentum and be on offense, like he's just a fucking marauder. Like he just hits too hard, just too fucking, honestly, just looks too fucking thick. But I think when you got a guy like, again, like Sean Strickland, like certain guys are stylistic nightmares for him because they can put him on the back foot and have the defense to kind of deal with everything he's kind of throwing at him. So,
bro, not saying Costa beats him in a rematch, but the rematch would be completely different.
Well, I
don't know
that
what
too.
Costa has been fighting like that for the past few fights, and it's been awkward to watch and just strange. Like I'm just not sure what he's doing in there.
Well, look, there's
But
no
he talked
question
about
he's a head case. Like there's no like the man missed weight by 20 pounds in a fight. The guy's a fucking maniac, you know. Like the guy.
Since the Izzy fight, he kind of went off the rails a little bit.
Well, you know what happened in that fight. Like that could mess with a man's head for years. I could imagine.
Wait, what happened in that fight?
You know what happened in that fight. We all know what happened in that fight. That's what I'm saying. Like that's a hard one to live down forever. Like
what happened in that fight?
The man got humped by another man on national television. Like
who wears
international
television. Also, like, what are you supposed to do after that? Like, you just fought him already. Like, you gotta like shoot him at that point. Like, I don't know. That's a very tough pill to swallow. That's what I'm saying.
I think that's worth three piece in a soda.
That's right after the fight, 100%. Like a man does that to you.
That was just straight violation. That was just.
But like again, like to be able to see this 6 years after the Yoel Romero fight, which is crazy to say again, but like 6 years, like to see vintage Paulo Costa is just, as a fan, just awesome to watch. It's just fun, you know. Like that's what made you a fan of Paulo Costa when he was coming up. That style, that again, just entertaining style. Even when he's like fucking looking around, you know, messing with the guy, you're like, dude, this guy is out
Sticking
of his
the tongue
mind.
out.
Like, yeah, like he's very entertaining. But I'm glad to, like again, I don't know like where he goes in the division. But again, he's always just fun to have around. He's a scary motherfucker. Like I wouldn't want to fight that guy.
Bro, look at his freaking biceps. That guy's not hitting me, bro. You're gonna have to chase my ass around, because there's just no way I'm letting you connect with those, because that's just crazy.
Yeah.
Guy's a freak of nature. Him, Yoel Romero, they're just built different.
I want to say 100% genetic freaks, and maybe also not completely.
Secret juice.
Maybe on some secret juice, yes.
Secret juice.
But who knows? Some people, maybe just genetics. Who knows?
You remember Robert Whitaker? I remember him talking about when he was hitting Yoel Romero. He said it felt like, he felt like metal.
Yeah, he said he hurt himself punching him. He was like, dude, this never didn't feel right.
Vibranium. Or what's the one Wolverine's made out of?
Adamantium.
No.
Adamantium.
Vibranium. No, is it?
What did you say? Vibranium?
Is it vibranium that he's made out of?
Nah, that's what Marvel used because they weren't allowed to use adamantium for a while.
Adamantium.
In the movies. Yeah.
That's what Wolverine's made out of.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Let's just make this a comic book podcast now. I got more information about comic books than fighting at this point, I think. Let's just talk about this.
I'm completely out of my wheelhouse with that.
Yeah. Jake's like, what? What is he talking about, chat? Hey, chat, what's he talking about?
Adamantium? The fuck are we talking about right now?
It's like what makes his muscles and his body like super hardcore and like why you can't really hurt him.
Oh, that's what I have.
You wouldn't understand, Jake. You wouldn't understand.
No, that's what I have. My doctor told me after my last blood work.
Ah.
Can't you tell?
Damn. I got jokes for this later, but it's all right.
But nah, I thought it was great to see Paul Costa like that in prime form. So it was cool to see that. Against Kopylov. Kopylov did good in some points, but for the most part, Costa took over the fight and was kind of in control after like he got that first knockdown. And I think those body kicks, opposite stances, really helped him out because he just kept ripping him to the body. And for you to like try to counter through that and you let that hit your rib cage clean, that can't feel good.
That's the thing. I thought Kopylov was I thought he was a kickboxer.
He was a favorite.
Again, he was the favorite too. Yeah. And again, like that's the tough part. Like you just never know what version of Paulo Costa is going to show up. So like I understood him as the favorite, but I remember Kopylov, I thought was known for being more of a kickboxer. I thought, if anything, I thought he was going to be the one throwing his left kick, slowing Paulo Costa down, trying to just wear him down. But now, again, Paulo Costa in vintage form, dude, that was, again, vintage form, like Michael Johnson, too. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this was a very cool card in that sense, too, seeing a lot of these underdogs get it done.
And I feel like I think we all picked Kopylov to win that, too.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
But the same thing is, like, you just don't know what you're going to get. Life's like a box of chocolates, Jake. You never know what you're going to get. Forrest Gump. I know it's a reference you're probably never gonna hear.
No, I
but
know
you
that
heard
one,
it.
motherfucker.
No, you don't.
Jenny.
Oh, he does. Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Another one. I thought Kevin Holland had the tools to win, and again, talking about wild card, never knowing what you're gonna get. D-Rod, I think D-Rod's just making a lot of improvements.
No, 100%. Like, you can tell the guy's definitely working. Like, he's definitely improving every skill. Like, look, it's tough because, like, the intangibles, like, I think he looks, I would say, it looked like Kevin Holland had a good speed advantage, but didn't really get to utilize it that much.
And the reach.
You know, I was gonna say, I thought that was just going to be too much for Daniel Rodriguez to handle. But D-Rod, man, tough as nails. Definitely got to hit like a truck. And again, even just his, like, defense on the ground, I thought really, really cool to watch.
I think a good measurement of this going into the fight, you look at the Ian Gary fight with D-Rod, and Ian Gary pretty much controlled the whole thing until he landed that head kick and, was able to get the finish. So I thought Holland would have implemented a similar game plan, and then if it hit the ground, he would have the advantage. But D-Rod looks like he's made some really good improvements. Like, he was able to get to Holland, get inside of the long, rangy reach of Kevin Holland. Holland couldn't really establish the jab and keep him at bay. And, yeah, it was just it was a fun fight. I thought it was a really good back and forth. There was a moment where both guys had each other hurt. It looked like they were both about to finish the fight. Fun dogfight, really good to watch. And, again, like we were talking about, like, they could have also gotten the fight of the night. And I still think they should be awarded a bonus. I think D-Rod did a post-fight interview saying, like, Kevin got taken out in a stretcher or something like that. But I don't know how true that was. Because it looked like he got out of the cage on his own.
Yeah, I did see, like, I don't know if he got taken out on a stretcher, but I did see, like, they took a couple fighters out after the fight to just get, scanned, make sure everything's okay. They had to go to the hospital right after, so I think Kevin Holland was one of them. But
yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
trying to find the post, but it's gone. It's gone.
No, but that was great. What else was on the main card? Now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh, can we talk about Kyler Phillips and Vinicius Oliveira? Oh my goodness. Did you guys watch that fight? Please tell me you guys watched that fight.
Damn,
The bantamweight.
I was on the train for that one. I sucked.
Oh.
That was the only one. That's the only fight I missed.
I didn't see that one.
Bro, he is literally the definition of a train wreck waiting to happen.
Vinicius?
He's trying to T-bone your car on the freeway.
Oh, I did see that one.
Bro, he swings from his socks. His hands are down. He's walking forward towards you the whole time. I don't understand. I don't get it. I'm like, this guy must feel like he's invincible, or no one's punched him in his shit good enough for him to stop doing that. But he's just that one guy you spar with who just walks forward no matter what. But except he does it in the fights, dude. Like, literally just forward, forward, forward. It was a crazy fight, wild fight.
He also has crazy cardio to be swinging like that.
Bro,
for that
you would think
long.
this guy would be dead tired come the third round. But
And
no,
it's like
this
end of
guy's
the
still
third round.
swinging
He's like,
haymakers.
Fucking crazy.
Yo, he had Phillips running around in there. I was just like, yo, this is bad. Phillips was like, I'm like, yo, Phillips, Kyler, get out of there. This guy is not playing. He's from the favelas. Why did I just I did a Borat voice. Yes, he's from the favelas, yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That had no, like, I don't know why I just did that. I'm sorry.
Oliveira,
I'm sorry.
I mean, he definitely looks like a legit contender. Like, I mean, even his last fight, was it Usman?
Ricky Simone.
Usman. It was Ricky Simone. He fought one of the Nurmagomedovs too. Simone. And he had that knockout
Saeed
before that.
Nurmagomedov.
Saeed. Yeah, I mean, all of those fights, he looked like he's got an interesting game. Like, that's gonna be a tough fight for any 135er, I think. Like,
Bro,
I do love that style,
and he's
honestly.
huge.
Yeah.
Pause. Like, in person, we were the same size. I'm like, yo, I'm at 45 now. You're just as big as me, and you're taller than me. And he came up to me, wanted to take a picture and everything. I'm like, I don't know who he's fighting. And I realized he was fighting Bernardo Salmon's guy. And then he killed Bernardo in the third round with that crazy flying knee. But Bernardo was winning the fight the whole time until that.
He was doing some damage. That's the thing. That guy can just, like you're saying, he just creates car crashes, man. Like, looks like anything he throws is looking to really just harm you as a person. Like,
he's Justin Gaethje, except without the leg kicks. He's just smashing with his fists.
Although that Sapai fight, I think he did kill him with some calf kicks. Like, because I remember Sapai, like, limping
kicked him a
off
lot.
before he just, like, all right, time to run at this man with his knee. So, like,
He kicked it.
it just looks like I think the guy like that is just gonna find, like, whatever hurts you the most, he's gonna look to just keep doing that. And I was saying, like, as a fan, I'm gonna definitely I definitely have to go back and watch that Kyler Phillips fight because I think Kyler Phillips is pretty well rounded and pretty solid too. So that's definitely
and a solid grappler too.
Yeah.
But he beat him up on the ground. Also, was able to escape multiple positions. I thought Kyler was big. Like, he slowed the fight down when he was about to get TKO'd, and then he slowed it down for a bit. Then he was able to reverse the position, get back out, and continue to be in the nightmare that you're living in real time, and just kept walking him down. It was, dude, a car crash or train wreck. Like, he should change his nickname. I forgot what they called him, but I was like, yeah, he needs a new nickname because he's literally the definition of a train wreck, just waiting to happen. He's just walking you down. I'm shit you not, swinging from his socks, bro. From his socks. I'm just like, yo, how can you fight like this and actually be winning and nobody can stop you? Like, Kyler, his coach would say, you got to stop fucking taking a step back. You got to get him something to respect. And Kyler was just like, yeah. He went out there. He came after him again. He was just like, nah, I'm back on my bike. I'm back on my bike. He called out Umar. He called out O'Malley. He said Umar is afraid of him, so he wants to take out all the Nurmagomedovs, it seems like. And he said O'Malley would face him because he's a real man. And I was like, I'm so confused. I'm so confused.
I think he's kind of using reverse psychology on him. That's actually
that's what I said. I was like, this guy's got to be playing a game, right?
Bro, I'm a fan of this guy already. I don't know. This guy's funny. He wants to take out the Nurmagomedovs. He's trying to fucking Jedi mind trick Sean O'Malley. I don't know.
To take it a fight.
Yeah, he's fun. Yeah, I like this guy.
I would love to see him fight Sean O'Malley.
That's a fascinating fight.
Yeah,
I mean,
like stylistically.
You should. I mean, you should have an idea. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, again, this is.
But he's such a wild card. Like,
yes.
He's getting hit, he's moving his head, and he's swinging haymakers at you at the same time. So it's like, can O'Malley's length, because he's also just as tall as Sean, that's what makes it intriguing to me. Like, can Sean's footwork, and can he actually be a sniper in this with a guy who's putting so much pressure on you, just walking you down the whole time?
I mean,
and then chewing up your calf?
In many ways, he should. But I'd look also.
That cardio, though.
The cardio. I mean, these guys are just at two different points in their career already. Like, O'Malley, I think, in many ways might have been given too much too early. Like, this guy, like, I know you were, but this guy's from the fucking favelas, brother. Like, this man is definitely still hungry. Like, he definitely wants to get up to where O'Malley is right now, you know? Like, I think where they're at in their careers, like, how about this? If Oliveira just starts chopping at O'Malley's leg, and even if O'Malley checks it, I don't think that guy's going to give a shit. I think he's going to just keep kicking at that man's shin. And I think O'Malley's going to be like, okay, fuck this guy. All right. Like, I'm you know, I think he'll break before Vinicius Oliveira does. So I would love to see that fight, honestly.
That'd be cool. And, like, even like we were talking about the prospects earlier, like, for these two guys, Wellmaker, like him versus Vinicius, like, that's a fight which would be fun to watch.
It's a great fight.
Why would you do that right now? It's like both of these guys are doing this. It just doesn't make sense to kill off a prospect who could potentially be a contender. It is definitely, like, sometimes interesting when they do that, though. Like, sometimes, occasionally when they do that, it's very fun just because you're like, all right, like, you know, you get to see where these guys are. Even when it's undefeated fighters and there's no belt on the line, I'm like, damn, this is cold.
It's tough.
One of you guys got to lose.
Yeah. But, like, unfortunately, that's the game. Like, I mean, yeah, look, if the UFC, again, was fair, then you could just try to build these guys up and make it, like, put them all to, like, get them all to fight at the right time, like, when they're all at their peaks. But, like, it's not how it is. You just got to be ready, and whatever happens, happens. But a guy like Oliveira, man, anybody at 135, like, dude, I would watch him fight anybody in the top 10.
Yeah, and Phillips was ranked 12th, and Oliveira was ranked 15th at the time for the fights yesterday. So now he should move up to, like, anywhere from 10 to 12 easily. So it'd be interesting to see who they give him next. And this is a guy that I'm going to talk to Marab about later this week because I'm like, yo, dude, we got to start looking at this guy because
right now
this could be problematic. Like, he doesn't seem like he's getting tired, and that's the problem. Like, he's just this guy's an Energizer Bunny in a different sense of in a different sense of style, right? So it's like, how do we troubleshoot this problem where we can kind of get ahead of it, and we're kind of paying attention now just in case maybe he does win one or two more and gets to a shot opportunity against Marab.
He's got to spar Nas, Mr. Come Forward. You got to go in there and do a good Oliveira impression, and then when you get tired, send Nas in there.
Yeah. Do you guys think Rampage Jackson was throwing a little shade at Kevin Holland?
Oh, what did he say?
He posted D-Rod winning because obviously him and Kevin Holland, that little thing that they had, the little confrontation on the podcast. So I was curious if it was like a genuine, like, does he know D-Rod like that, giving him props because he like posted him and everything? I was like, I think this man is being petty.
Honestly, after that whole thing with Rampage, I'm not really a fan of Kevin Holland after that stuff. I don't know. I just think, like, even if you don't like the guy, you got to show the guy respect. You're on his show. Just got to be somewhat reasonable. You know, he kind of, like, Rampage, his prime was 2006. Like, you know, like, don't be disrespecting these guys like 20 years. You know, you are where you're at because of these guys. You know, like, I think he should have shown him a little more respect in that situation. So, like, look, if Rampage wants to post anything he wants, bro, I'm all for it at this point.
I like Kevin. I don't know why Kevin does certain things though, but I do actually like Kevin.
No, look, I'm sure as a person, like, if you talk to him face to face, I'm sure he's probably a great guy. It's just some of that stuff, man. I don't know what that is. Like, if he got that again, unnecessary beef with Rampage Jackson, who's a beloved figure in the sport. Just like, why would you do that? Like, what principle were you standing on that you felt like you had to disrespect this man?
He's just from the hood, bro. You can take a brother out the hood, you can't take the hood out the brother sometimes. Am I right or am I right there, sir?
This man turns the most racist Southerner I've ever seen. All right.
I mean, I think that's it, right? I think there was some good fights. Obviously, Brendan Allen versus Marvin Vettori was a banger of a fight. Some really good ones. I don't know what we got coming up in the pipeline now.
You had some good boxing fights on, too. Pacquiao fought to a draw. Usyk knocked a man out. It was good stuff. Nah, no one cares. No one gives a shit. All right, I'll shut up now.
In 2 weeks.
PFL, Johnny Eblin got choked out. I don't know if we're allowed to talk about PFL on this podcast. Dakota Ducheva.
By who?
Well, I don't even remember. He was definitely a huge favorite, but the underdog, I think he got it done like the last minute of the last round. Rear naked choke, like, literally choked them out with like a couple seconds left. I have to go back and watch I was at fight, so I didn't get to watch him, but
he pulled the Paul Craig versus Ankalaev.
I guess
1
something
second
crazy,
from the
yeah.
clock.
Literally like something like that. But he actually choked them like out. Like he went. Evelyn was out cold, but I definitely have to go back and watch that fight.
So, they got to stop doing fights on Saturdays because I didn't even know they had a fight going on.
Saturday
That's one.
and midday. No, I did. First of all, it doesn't matter what day. PFL, I don't know where they market their stuff. Like, I don't know, even on Instagram. I follow them on Instagram. I feel like I never see any of their posts. I don't know what any of that is, honestly. But
it's so bad.
Yeah, and like Dakota, whatever, that's a legit star they have. Johnny Eblin could have been a legit star. I mean, he still could, you know, first loss, it is what it is. And yeah, I think Corey Anderson, he got a TKO or something like that in his fight too. So like definitely legit fighters. Again, like Corey Anderson, he's only lost to Jan Blachowicz and then like I think like Vadim Nedkov or like a heavyweight.
And Gian Vellante.
Oh, let's go. I was gonna say since like 2019, but yeah, all right, fair, yeah. And John Vellante. So like he's only got a couple losses. I think Corey Anderson's super underrated too. Yeah, I just wish PFL did a better job marketing. So overall, I thought a good weekend in fight sports.
I always say I don't know why don't these guys just copy exactly what the UFC does. Not in terms of fighter pay and stuff like that. But like everything else from like a marketing standpoint, it's just like, yo, look what these guys are doing for production. Like they do the cool thing with the ref cam. I think that stuff is pretty dope.
Yeah.
But from an overall production, I think there's some things that they could tighten up, and some stuff from marketing I think they could tighten up just to get the word out there. Because fight fans will watch. They just don't know. We are so used to seeing the letters UFC, and that is what we automatically make synonymous with MMA. You know, people don't ask me if I do MMA. They ask me if I do UFC. That's literally, it's like, can you go on Google? They don't say, can you go to the internet and search on one of the web browsers? They say, can you Google it? You know, it's, you just hijacked the term and made it, like, you made it the thing. So that's what everyone refers to it as.
Yeah, for them, it's smart. For anybody, even if anybody asks, I tell them I train UFC because it just saves so much time. Like,
yeah, like MMA, what's that? I'm like,
yeah. You watch UFC, yeah, that. So, you know, just skip that whole thing. Just like, yeah, I do UFC, and then boom, done. And then if somebody ever questions you, like, you mean MMA, you're like, okay, so you at least follow it a little bit. So then, you know,
Yeah.
you now know you're dealing with someone that follows it a little bit.
You were doing the Lord's work. I used to do it too. When they would ask me, they'd be like, what's the difference? I'd be like, well, like the NBA, you don't basketball. You play basketball in the NBA. You know, like
Nah, I can't. I don't have time for
we
those
do MMA in
conversations.
the UFC. But I kind of given up on that.
100%. Nah, just tell everyone I do UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jake, is that everything?
Yeah, I mean the next. I was gonna say we could predict the next fights, but they're not for 2 weeks, so I feel like we should save that.
Oh, we got 2 weeks off?
Yeah, it's the 26th.
Oh, so let's definitely do the Dustin Poirier
Oh wait,
thing
I'm
then.
tweaking. Yeah, no, they're the 26th in Abu Dhabi. Yeah, so that's next week. Wow.
Pico and Mosar were supposed to be next weekend.
Damn.
And then it's Whitaker versus DeRitter.
Great fight.
Do you wanna do these now or later in the week?
Nah, we could do those later in the week. I think it'd be better.
Yeah, I do too.
This way, it doesn't make the episode like super, super long.
Yeah, I think we're at a good length right now, just under an hour.
But I
that's it,
think
right?
we should when we do the breakdown for the main card or whatever, we should also do the top 5, top 10 lightweights. I think
10
top 10
lightweights?
is fair, or we could do top 5 and honorable mention. But I think
Okay.
top 10 is more fair.
Okay, all right, we can do top 10. That'll make it interesting. We're gonna have to do this with every weight class at some point, you know, if we're doing this. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be fun to do. It'd be a cool. It'd be a
so are
dope
we gonna
series.
rank 1 through 10 at lightweight?
Yeah,
Oh man, people are gonna hate me. All right,
they gotta hit all of us.
that's fair.
We're gonna somehow be idiots that don't watch the sport and be like, I don't understand. I gave you my justification. Like,
I want you to know, somebody DM'd me from the last podcast. That was my first hater DM. I was actually not my first, but you know, like the first time I've seen one in a very long time. It was very nice. I told him thank you. I'm like, wow, it's very. I appreciate that. You know, it's nice to have those.
what he say? What he say to you?
I don't remember. He definitely called me a casual or something like that. So I was just like, oh my god, like thank you. Oh, that's actually really cool. Like, I never get
Did you
to, like-
respond?
Yeah, I was like, no, I literally said thank you. This is awesome. Like I never get hate mail. You know.
Yeah. You're taking Jake's place.
Let's go.
I'm just here to ask the questions now. Steve can say the crazy shit.
Don't worry. I just don't read replies.
Good.
Like Joe
Alright.
Rogan, posted and ghosted.
True
And Jake,
that.
if you want to cut this last like 5 minutes, you can too.
Alright.
But
Alright,
other than
cool.
that, I think we're good. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe. Check us out. Drop a comment. Let Steve know how you feel.
That's it. All publicity is good
Just
publicity.
keep DMing him.
DM me. I'm a huge fan of these DMs.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. Peace.